Okay, I will start. Again, welcome everyone to our first webinar about the new feature and improvements in GGC during 2026. Today, together with Yasin, we will show to you, I would say, not the main of the new features in GGC. That means that today we'll show to you let me check, the option or the new feature for the save filters, also the storage location barcode and scanning, improve and autocomplete storage location, acquisition dry room, and in this case, Yasin will show to you the GG offline mode. As we say, this is a presentation, it's not a training, it's only a presentation. And of course, if you have some question or comment, go ahead, but if you have a specific topic we need to discuss, we need maybe to schedule a special session for your any question that you have. In order to start, the idea here, I will share my screen with you. The first topic that I want to show to you, and was requested many times for the users, is to let me to move this. Okay. You see my screen? Okay. In that case, I'd say the first topic to discuss in this moment or show to you is the save filters. As I say, many of the users request why every time I need to, I already have some filter defined, why every time I need to again typing. With this, in this new version, we add the option to save the filters. And this option or these filters is assigned for each user. What does that mean? If you create a filter, it's only you want to use the filter. If for some reason you say clear the cache or the cookies in your browser, doesn't matter in that case because the filter was stored or is recorded in the database. What is the meaning in that case? How works this? By example, one of the filters that we're going to show to you is, okay, I want to know how many, or I want to know the inventories with low inventory and low viability. So manually, we say we can to go here and now say, okay, I want to accept seeds, all the seeds, inventories with, in that case, with low inventory. And we say we have my low inventory by example, and also my low viability. I say I want until 80%. Then what is there? I will say apply. And this will show me the result. I want to save this. I want to say, give the number to this filter, say, seed inventories, low quantity, and low inventory. Say, being very important, click save. With this, by example, I go to the reset, close, maybe I go to for the passport data, I looking for the MCPT of something and want to come back to the inventory. And now I would say, I want to use my filters. And the result is there. Obviously, our suggestion always is that you would say record or name your filters in the way that you understand, because if no follow this with a suggestion, or maybe it's up to you, in some point you have a lot of the filters that we say get the same results. That is how you can to use this. This apply in any other area. By example, the other example I can talk to you in that case is by example in passport data. Here I want to say I want to see the genus maize. Maize, sorry. Sea maize. And let's see, let's say maize and country of origin. By example, yes, country, of course, is no, of course, I will select Mexico. So you apply filters, and the result is there. And it is maize accessions Mexico. And again, it's important to save the filters. And in the similar situation, I come back to here, I set to reset. Okay, not to check, come back here. Okay, sorry, set the reset again. MCPD, come back to here. And you apply this. That is the way that we, in some point, say some point, you can to save your filters in order to avoid any new or type it anytime that you want to come back to the system. This, again, this improvement on new feature was requested many times, but already is there. It's possible to have this into the GGCE. Do you have a question regarding to the save filters? Question regarding to the save filters? No questions? Okay, we go to the next one. The next one is the storage location barcode. As you know, also, one of the suggestions from the committee is to have the option to scan the barcode of our storage location. That is very useful because most of the time you want to know, you want to know how many accessions, how many inventories is stored in a specific direction. And in that case, it's similar to the for the save inventory, you need to type many times. But if you already have, we say, labeling all your storage location, the idea is to use that barcodes in order to get information. By example, in that case, if I go to the inventory by example here, and I want to know the inventories that I will have in a specific, we say, location, we go to the location of Gen Plastic storage, and I say scan this one. Scanning this, now the system will scan the storage location and give to you, if it's the case, the different inventories that you have there in that position. In that case, it's related to, I think, with the box. Let me check. This is related of the, okay, the accession that I have in one box. Obviously, also, sometimes we have a one level up in order to say, okay, come back to here. I want to know at the level of the rack and shelf what I have in that position. As you can see here, in that case, this thing, the system, say, break or split the location in base of the separator. By default, the separator is a dash, by default. But you can to define your own separator. If you define your own separator, this, as you already have labeled in your storage location, you can use that separator in order to read the barcode. In that case, let me to show to you this part also is documented here, storage location navigator. Yes. This one and the configuration. Yeah, you need to add in application settings the separator. You have another, say, convention of the separator, no the hyphen or the dash. You can use or define your own separator. As you can see here, the default separator in that case is not necessary to put this in the application setting, is the dash. This is the option that now you can do easily, we say easily, if you already have labeled in all your storage location, get the information into the cold rooms, or the cold rooms of the freezer, or any position or any location that you want to think. Again, it's very important that if you have a different separator, you need to define this or add this into the application settings place. And also regarding to the similar situation for about the storage, the storage location, we receive a suggestion also for the community. That is, as you know, the storage location 1, 2, 3, and 4 are the free text. So in that case, what is the mean? Maybe you you have some rack, like some rack, shell, and box. You can sometimes you type or you type rack, one with the space or without the space. Only type R, one space, not the space. The system not control that. So it's not controlling in some point. No, that is we don't have to wait in this moment to have record all the different directions you have in the system. But the idea in that case is allow to the users or help to the user to select or to add the storage location in this way, taking the information from the current information record in the system. What that means in that case? By example, let me check global inventory, something like this. This one. Here we don't have nothing in that case. Now, the idea is to assign the location for this inventory. I know that I know that this inventory, okay, let me check the high inventory. No, this already already have a location. I already have a location. Sorry, let me check something here. It's more complete. This is more easy. In that case, storage location. The first one, we don't have nothing. The first one. Okay, I will assign this use as an example. Yes, it's not have a storage location. What is the idea of this new feature? Is the next. I want to assign this a new location. I can do a scan, of course, without any problem, but in that case, we have manually. Okay. I want to put this in the rack number 7 and go to the next level. In order to type a space, the system shows to you the different option that you have for rack number 7. I think shell B and in location 3 is the same. Now the system looking for this direction, and the option available for the location section 3. And say you have box 1. And now we have nothing, and that, for example, in that case is position 30. What did you say? The option here is that system help to you or show to the users the option of the format or location that you already have recorded. With this, you will, or the idea of this improvement is that you or allow to the user not typing in different ways, in different formats, and select the correct position in the correct format or the standard format that you use. Our recommendation for the location 2, 3, 4 is that the manager or the leader of the inventory or the conservation process define these different options into the locations, again, in order to avoid any problem of the format or typing or allow to type into the users the new location. This is our suggestion, and that's the improvement that is there. No? As you say, right here, this is proper that, and you don't have any problems in this case in order to select the proper information that already is recorded in the system. Question regarding to the autocomplete storage location or the storage location barcoding? Okay. If no more question, we need to go to the next one.
Hello?
Yes?
Sorry?
Yes?
Please, I have a question.
Yes.
So, okay, if I want to assign, do for bulk, bulk seed lots, so how do I navigate? Because this one is showing us for individual. If I want to assign for bulk seed
You say
lots.
you need to assign in that case, you need to assign in this way. You refer to this.
No. Okay, I want to give locations to
Yes.
maybe multiple seed lots.
Okay, but you say you have here, what is the seed lots? But what is in that case?
Okay, let's say I have like 10 accessions now, or 10 seed lots now, that I want it to be in a single location. So I don't want individual. I don't want to be doing it one. I want to do it.
Okay, I understand your point. The rack. Okay, that's okay. This is cancel. In that case, it's related to the same storage location. In that case, it's maintenance. It is this one. Storage, this is not. This is one. This is. In that case, you have rack 7. Let's say shell. Sorry, 6. This is rack. I need to have conventions. And you say box. And you say apply filters. Here, in that case, if you want to assign the same location many times, obviously you can to add by the inventory, scanning the inventory. This is one option. You say you want to assign a many, if I understood your question, Jeff, if you want to assign this storage address rack 7, shell 6, box 3 to a many accessions, to many inventories. Yeah, let me check, close. Okay, that is close. So on here, you can to add, all you need, in that case, you need to scan the inventories that you assign to this location. I don't know if this is your question.
Yes, thank you. All right, thank you.
Okay. Another question related to storage locations? Okay. If no, okay, we continue with the next one. Maybe you remember in some point the acquisition form. In the acquisition form, allow to us to record especially any acquisition. Doesn't matter if it's a collection or it's a donation or any other kind of thing. In that case, for this, we have the acquisition. And by example, we receive a new acquisition. And we say 2026, we say 06.19. That is my convention. You can use a different convention, no problem. This is 19, I would say 2. Method not existing, we say webinars. Number of accessions 10. Initial species, triticum aestivum. By example, maintenance sites. That is this one. Maintenance solis is an introduction. And also we say here is webinar, let me check this. I go like this. Webinar, GGCE. I'll say webinar, GGCE, inventories. It's active. Yeah, have this information, that's okay. If not, that's okay. If you remember, I go to the preview. If you remember, in the previous version, here all we need to say, or the system show to you, web GGCE 111111111. Now the system show to you, if you save it, the proper accession number and the proper inventory number. Because again, in the previous version, only you see one in all of this, and also one in all of this. That is why now the system go to the current records, check the prefix, check the suffix, and calculate the next numbers according with your current information into the system. No, now when you see that, this okay, this is my next proper accession number. That's the improvement in that case, in the acquisition. Why we have that is something a good improvement because also the community say, why always assign the same number for my new 10 inventories or for my new 10 accession? That is the improvement in that case, in order that the user see what is the proper name that you will assign to that. Once that you say this, that's the proper, you say you want to add, you want to save, print the barcode labels, and that's all. Yeah, with this, this improvement that we have in this moment for the acquisition, in order that the user see the proper numbers in accession and inventories for the acquisition place. In this case, I'm not going to send to that, and now this one. You will come back here. This is the new ones. Of course, we need to update the quantity or process or follow the process in order to get ready this inventories to store in the cold rooms. With this question regarding to the site filters, storage locations, and acquisition dry room. If you don't have questions, okay, go to over to you, Yasin. Please go continue with DGC offline. Before to move that, all of these save filters, I share with you the links, but save filters storage navigator already is documented in the GGC webpage. And of course, any suggestion and improvements also is more than welcome. Thank you, and over to you, Yasin.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. So the next feature is GGCE offline mode, and this is one of most requested features. GGCE offline mode allows Genebank staff to record, for now, traits, observation, and germplasm information when working without internet connectivity. And these features support work in remote locations or indoor nursery where signals are limited, ensuring your data collection remains uninterrupted. In order to use these features, you should start by adding a new method where you can add and select trait to be evaluated or scored, and also the relevant inventories that will be used during this evaluation. So the first step is to start by creating a method. So these are fields to be filled, but the mandatory one is the name. Let's say We will use demo June 2026. Let's say this is a morphological studies. And the next step is to select trace to be evaluated and scored, and also the relevant inventories. So by accessing here, I add traits to be evaluated. So we have some traits here for this soybean. We have some coded, some other numeric. Let's try to combine, for example, number of leaflets, and also we will score days to flowering, number of seeds per pot. So these are traits to be evaluated outside the GenBank in the field or in any space where you don't have any connectivity to GGCE. The next step is to add inventory, relevant inventory. We have two options, adding by filtering or adding by barcode. So it is possible to filter. For example, I choose 2 by filtering, and I'll add 2 more by, okay, scanning barcode. So once we choose the traits to be evaluated or scored and also the relevant inventory, I register this. Now, before going to the field and going to work outside the GenBank, where you cannot be connected to GGCE, you should download your data in the field book, or you should download this method in a field book before going outside the GenBank. So to do that, you browse to offline, field book, add, search for your added method. We added this demo 06 2026 morphology and save. As you see, we have here the inventory is already selected with all traits. Let's try to go offline. So I'm here. As you see, we have some buttons that are accessible, like synchronize, reset, remove. I try to go offline. And you see now I'm simulating the environment that I'm outside the GenBank, where there's no connection to my GGCE instance, and I start scoring. So to do the score, we have two options. We click it at any place here, and as you see, all my traits are in one interface. I can use one interface to score everything one time. And I have the possibility to choose my inventory or to scan it directly. So I can scan even outside and start to score. The next option is also click on plus and just scan your inventory. And you can, in one place, add all your scores. Okay, let's do some of them. Okay. So now, as you see, the system shows me that in my field book, there is 4 modified values. Until now, I'm not connected to GGCE. I'm outside. I don't have any connection to my GGCE instance. Let's go online. And you see there's these buttons of synchronizing, resetting, and removing appears when I'm connected to GGCE. And I can synchronize now what I did. Let's take a look on my methods. Okay. So here, nothing is filled. I have nothing already modified. So I'll come back here to my offline module. and I synchronize. As you see here, modified fields become 0. And let's take a look on my methods. So as you see here, there are some values were synchronized with my local database. So what I did in the field, all traits scored in the field were synchronized with my local database or my GGCE instance. So this is the idea of the GGCE offline mode. There's another option, and it is important to use it, is the management of conflicted values or conflicted changes. Sometimes when you are outside the Genebank and you are working on scoring your traits, some colleagues in the Genebank already touch the same data that you are already changing. So the system can detect this conflict, and it highlights this in a red field and gives you the option to choose which values should be or could be added to the database and change it in the database. Let's try to do one of this. I'll go again offline. I'll try to add, for example, let's take this NFGG5 and add number of seeds per pod. Let's say here 5. I'll save. I come back. So this is my data. Coded value 5. I think this one. Number. Yes, this one. Okay. Let's edit and say 15. Save. Let's come back to the offline, my field book, and try to synchronize what I did outside the Genebank. So the system, when trying to synchronize what I filled in the field in the field, detect that there is a conflict. So there's one change, and also there is one conflict between what I have in my field book and what it's already done in inside the Genebank or in GGCE instance. So by clicking this, you see that the system shows me you have a conflicted data here with this inventory and this trait. So all what you have to do is to click on this conflicted field. And this is what was done. Just you click on the value you want to or you trust. So the system gives you the ability to choose which one will be added. Let's say that I'll add this 15, which is modified or done inside the GCE local, and save. Now all is green. I come back to my field book and I'll synchronize. Everything goes well. Let's go to methods. And you will see that the final value chosen by the operator or the Genebank staff is 15 after resolving this conflict. This is the most importance in this feature. So if I can summarize, you should start by adding a method, selecting traits to be scored or evaluated, selected the relevant inventories. Before going outside or before going offline, you should download data, download your field book, fill everything or score your traits as things are done. When you come back and you are connected to your instance, just try to synchronize, check if there is any conflict, discuss it, choose the right values, and synchronize. And all what you did in the field will be automatically added to your GGCE database or GGCE instance. Any question? So this is at least the most important steps in this module. Rebecca, please.
Yes, thank you so much for the nice presentation. I have one question. Like in our characterization descriptor list, some of the traits are recorded using decoded values. For example, you can find the colors are being recorded as numbers. Maybe 3 represents blue, 1 represents green. So when registering this data on GGC, should we store only the numeric values, or we should also, is it possible also to display the corresponding descriptor scale as done in Genesis platform?
Yes, of course. So I did some change only in numeric values, but let's try one coded values. I think this one is coded. As you see here, you have all your codes, for example, 1, 5, 7 for this number of leaflets, and you just score it by the corresponding code, and you save. So I did only numeric values, but you can also score all coded traits. I answered your question, Rebecca, or?
Yeah, somehow. I just want to be sure if someone goes to the field and record maybe green colors 1. If I come back in the system, will I see blue, or I will see number 1? And if it's 1, is there any way I can know that 1 is blue as how it is in Genesis?
Okay, good suggestion. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, so the meaning of the code, yeah, but in the field book, not in the database. Yes, it's mentioned in the local method, in the local database, but it's not really in the field book. Yeah. Okay. This is one. Chamba.
Yes, so thank you. So is the same applies to scaled traits? Is it the same thing? The scaled
Yes,
one.
yes, it's the same thing. Yeah. It works for any type of traits you choose.
All right.
Okay.
In that case, sorry, one comment, Chamba and Rebecca, for anyone, that again, it's important that you test this new functionality. As we said, it's the first version of this functionality, and we require, or we suggest, send to you test and send to us your feedback,
Yes.
please.
Khadija, go ahead. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, thank you for the presentation. So I have a question regarding when you add the method. So basically, for me, I understand it as a trial, right? That includes the accessions that you have planted in a year. So I am wondering if these methods can be linked directly to the regeneration that you have already planned. I think in GGCE, this regeneration trials are implemented as a request. So instead of adding it manually, is there a way to link the method? I mean, the methods that are listed to the already registered regeneration trials.
Yes, yeah. I got you.
Yes, in that case,
Yes.
Khadija, this is, as you say, this is what we're working with, the inventories.
Yes.
Yeah, and any information you reckon inventory is related, in some case, for regeneration, say, process. Yes, it's related to that also.
Okay.
Any other question, suggestion? Okay, if no more questions, thank you, Yasin.
Thank you.
And thank you to all. Again, please, our recommendation again is check the documentation in the GCE. Let me share my screen. Oh, share. Share the documentation because in the documentation you can find most of these things. No? In that case, for the release, now it's in updates. This in update you can to find this. We have the old information and the new feature. No? In that case, regarding to the offline, we have a direct with a offline user manual with complete, it's a documentation. Again, check this documentation is not clear or something you need to improve, left to us in order to improve the documentation. As well is the same for the we have the for safe filters. Also, we have this. And most of the time, we say the key of the new improvements will be documented here. We have another, of course, we have another, we say, new features, but it's only more related to the precision and control. In that case, using the or connect to the electronic balance to the GC. That is, we have showed this before, but also is a one improvement now, and many other, we say, improvements in GC. But for the moment, the idea is to show this. That is most, we say, requested by the community. No, this 1, 2, 3, 4. These 5 new improvements. No? But check the documentation, please. Anyway, I will send to you the email with the documentation about these new features. With this, if no more questions, thanks a lot for attending this, and we are in touch. And one more thing, maybe. In some point, you want to that we schedule one webinar for a specific, we say, for a specific new feature, yeah, or something that is important for you, please send a message to us in order to schedule that webinar. Yeah, with this, thank you a lot. Bye bye.